I think that new has changed how companies operate and how they approach the business. New provides leadership opportunities on their regional committees and at the national level, and companies use new as an incubator for talent development. The other thing I would say is because of new, we have identified more women in the industry, and women in the industry get better exposure through new. So people who might have been in their offices, women get isolated often in the industry, all come together now and have the opportunity to speak on podiums, to be on leadership panels, to work on committees, to interact with senior leaders that they didn't have before, and that's really changed the perception in the industry. I started in the industry in '89, but I started working in the early '70s. So it was very difficult for women. I worked on Capitol Hill, which was a great place actually for women to work because you were well respected and you had a lot of opportunity. I worked at the Boston Police Department, which was a little difficult in the '70s. But I think we have come a long way, and when I was in business school, the students were saying, and this was recently I was in business school, how far we had to come, and I wanted to remind them that I think we have come really far. That's not to say that we don't have a great deal of improvement to make, but we have come a long way, and now our improvement needs to be at the C-level and the executive level. My husband has been involved on the national level for quite some time, and we were at an executive meeting for the Grocery Manufacturers of America at the Greenbrier, and I saw a pamphlet for this. I am one of 6 girls, so I have always grown up in a female environment, and when I saw this, I thought, this is what the industry needs. We really need to come together and be able to network. Women are very good networkers, especially for their children, not very often for themselves. So this would give women the opportunity. So I went to a national meeting in 2002. I asked why they hadn't had an event in New England, and I went home and said to my husband, I need to do this. And he said, if you think you can do this, you go ahead and do this. So I started the New England Regional Chapter. And when we went, I knew most of the senior women in the industry, so that was easy. And then they all said, great idea, we'll give you money, we'll see you at the event. So I was like, okay, now what am I going to do? So I pulled it together with the help of the people from JOH, put this meeting together, and just hoped people would come. And I stood up on the podium, and we had 875 people. We didn't even know that we had that many women in the industry, because so many women are isolated in the industry. I felt like Kevin Costner. I looked out there and I said, oh my God, they came. Now what are we gonna do? So we planned our next event, and I announced our next event at that event, and we were off to the races. I think the network impacts people in all ways, personally and professionally. And I think that's one of the differentiators for the Network of Executive Women. We all come together, and it's all about helping each other. Many trade industry organizations are not like that. So there's a really different feeling when you go to an event at New. I think for me, it has allowed me to give back in ways that I would not have had the opportunity to do. You can do it individually in your company, and I certainly do that, and mentoring is a huge priority for me. But to be able to do it on this grand scale and have it be national, and everybody knows that having a vision is critical, but unless you can engage the people and let them work together, that's what brings the dream to reality, and New is the dream. Our company allowed me to spend most of our time building the teams that are the foundation for the regional groups and for New. And through that, I met so many wonderful and dedicated men and women around the country. It's just wonderful. I have life friends from New, and I think when you can love your business, love the people who are in your business, it makes such a big difference to your life.
One more thing, we're going to have you look right in the camera and say, happy birthday, New.
Can I say a happy birthday, New? I'll say it again, wait a minute. Happy birthday, New. One of the other things I wanted to say was congratulations to all of you who have brought New to where it is today. And thanks to all of you who will continue the mission of New into the future. Always remember, you got to dream big because the possibilities are endless.
You know, I like that. Can you say that again?
To you?
Know, and just, you know, it may not be congratulations to you, well, thank you, but just, you know, and that final encouragement.
Or how about I want to thank all the people at New who have made New the organization that it is today. And I want to thank those people who will follow New into the future and make sure that the mission is continued. Always remember, you have to dream big because the possibilities are endless. My vision for New involves endless possibilities. I think we have all come together. I think men are involved in our industry and our organization, which makes a huge differentiator for us in the industry. We have regional groups all over the country. We had over 7,000 people involved in events last year. So there's strength in numbers. And I think that going global is probably what we are going to do. We have one in Toronto right now. There are all kinds of logistical things with going international, but I think it's just a matter of time. And I think that we have the opportunity to bring along the next generation of women. We all had male mentors, and so now I really feel strongly it's our responsibility to identify young women in our companies and in the industry and lift them as we climb. That's our legacy. And that has endless possibilities. So I think we need to dream big because there are so many of us and we're all dedicated and we're all committed.